Section 8 is multiplying fractions again, this time with numerators and denominators, and it contains some mixed numbers. So I'm going to deviate from the examples, and I'm going to do some multiplication of fractions, because we've shown one up here anyway. And I'll show you a mixed number one. So H. And let's go for 5.5 multiplied by 3/4. Okay, so the first step, if you try doing 3/4 of 5 and 3/4 of half, your numbers get really messy quite easily. So 5 times 2 plus 1 gives me 11 halves multiplied by 3/4. And I'm looking for some early cancelling I could do. So let's change that. We'll finish that one, I'll do another one in a moment. I've just seen the one I want to do as an example. Multiply through and we get 33 over 8. 8 goes into 33, 8, 80, 40, 32, 4 times. 4 8s are 32, so there is 1/8 left over. So let's do another mixed number. Let's do, it was 7 and 2. Sorry, 3. No, it wasn't quarters, sorry. Let's go back. Let's move the page. So 7 and 3. Not 3. Yeah, let's do 3/5. And we want to multiply that by 19, so we want 5/19. Yes, I've chosen numbers to try and make them work, and they're working, so we can do something that I've not shown you yet, which is called pre-cancelling, which often happens with fractions. So improper number, turn it into a mixed number, turn it into improper fraction. So 7 is 35/5 plus 3 is 38/5, and we have 5/19. Now what we can do here is, it gets very messy. I could do 190, which is 38 times 5 and times 95, 50, yeah, 95. The numbers can get quite big very quickly if you just do the straight multiplication and then look for your simplification. But the other thing you can do is, give me the pen. With my 38 over 5 times 5/19, I'm going to multiply on the top and then divide on the bottom. So anything I do on the top, I'm multiplying by 5 and multiply 5 on the bottom. They're not needed, I can cancel them. The effect of multiplying by 5 and then dividing by 5 is multiply by 1. And multiply the top, 38 and 19, 19 and 38 are both in the 19 times table. So the result of my sum is actually 2 over 1, which is 2, and 95 into the 190 is 2. If you haven't seen pre-cancelling before, I'll do a quick one. 3/4 multiplied by 8/15. So we look at the numbers. Well, the obvious first one is the 4ths and the 8ths both cancel to give me a 2 and a 1, and the 3 and the 5 both cancel to give me 1, 5. So when I multiply through, I get 2 over 5. That generally is fairly simple. That's simplified fraction. if you multiply it originally, you get 24 over 60, and we can share by 12 top and bottom to give us 2 and 5. Okay? Either method works. I don't mind which one you use, but you do need to be able to demonstrate a technique. It's a common exam question. Final one, section I, and this is dividing. Now, dividing fractions, we've just done a couple a bit earlier, but there were whole numbers. So let's try the example given, 5/8 divided by 2/3. I said earlier, we do keep, change, flip. So 5/8 stays the same, change the sign, and flip the fraction. Because what it's saying is I want to do 5, divide it by 2, so 5, 2 on the bottom, and then I want to do 5, divide by 3. Rather, divide by is a multiply. A bit like a minus, when multiplying becomes a plus. Look for any pre-multiplying we can do. We can't, so we've got 15 over 16, and that is my simplest form. Did I miss out the wrong question? 5/8. Oh yeah, the example one was doing 5/6 for the early cancel on that one. Sorry, the written one I misread it. So let's go for 3 and 5/6, divide by 2/3. The whole number being divided can be fairly difficult, so the advice is to always turn these into improper fractions. So 3 wholes in 6 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. Just do the 18 plus 25 on the top over here. So 18 plus 5 gives me my 23. Sixths to be divided by 2 over 3. We can't cancel yet. A lot of people are tempted to cancel at this point. You can't cancel then until you've done the keep, the change, and the flip. So now when we cancel, we get 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Multiply through, you get 23 over 4. 4's into 23 goes 5 times, with 3 over 4 left over. And I did have my calculator handy, but it's gone, so I can't check it. But that's the techniques needed. Hopefully you've seen those before and you're happy with them.